In Kenya, these 4 community radios with whom we are working with really increased the quality of the production of the radio programs, and that made a significant difference in terms of the impact of these radio stations vis-a-vis the population. Secondly, I think it's very important that these radio stations now make use of ICTs in a better way. It not only introduced them to some of the solutions that are ICT based, but it also empowered them actually to reach out to their audiences, so that the women and the girls and the population in the rural areas can really interact more closely with the radio station. The way that we can actually see what the audiences think of the radio stations are captured within the self-monitoring of the radio stations, where we can actually get real cases of what change in people's lives because of the new radio programs, and what changes in terms of the interaction with the radio stations by using new technology. The activities that really made a difference within the Kenyan context relate first of all to those activities that change the management style of these radio stations in the way that they incorporate the audience's feedback within the programming, but also in making use of ICTs and other tools in order to run the radio stations in a more efficient way. Secondly, I think everybody realized that there's better quality radio programs, and these has been carried out by the different correspondents, and that can now report from different parts of the geographical area that the radio stations cover, but also in terms of basic skills of editing those radio programs and researching some of the topics that are being tackled within the radio. I think the radio stations really saw a value in the project by focusing only on them, and it really raised the self-consciousness of what community radio can actually do in society. And this gives very high expectations from the community vis-a-vis the community radios. And these community radios now see also better how they fit within the local communities, and that can and they have actually proof of the difference that they make in the community's lives. And I think the radio stations can only do better in terms of tackling also other issues beyond those that relate to agriculture and health, that reflect the concerns of the community. Lessons that we can learn from Kenya in implementing this project relate again to, first of all, the way that the radio stations changed in a more efficient way the management of the radio station. It is a long process in order to have a different culture in how these radio stations should actually function, but I think it's definitely worth it in mapping out the processes that were undertaken in order for the radio station to change for the better. Secondly, I think also in terms of the types of content that have been tackled through radios, conflict resolution, specific elements related to agriculture, to health. It is a real proof, I think, that quality community radio program can make a difference in people's lives.